Hey, how y'all doing? This is your boy Mike Fallon back with another Citizen Cinema. I just want to talk about Black History Month with a special video on one of my favorite original TV movies of all time, and arguably the blackest dub film in existence. And what film do you think I'm going to be talking about today? The cult classic MTV re-edited film Volcano High.
Volcano high, yeah, the little kid.
Yes. Volcano High. Volcano High. Yes. This is a Korean martial arts film that was bought by MTV, recut and redubbed with Snoop Dogg, Tracy Morgan, Andre 3000, Big Boy, Maya, the artist, Khalees, and Pat Morita, aka Mr. Miyagi, with Method Man were two of the two villains of this film. This movie is completely different than anything else ever done. This is a subgenre of just one film that should be capitalized on. In all honesty, the movie originally came out in 2001. MTV bought it, re-edited, and dropped it in 2003. I remember when I was in school when I saw this, and it blew me away. I was thoroughly entranced by this film. The main character was done justice by Andre 3000. I can't go into enough detail how crazy it was to hear Snoop Dogg being the voiceover of another character. That was epic. As a kid, I loved the Karate Kid, so knowing that Mr. Miyagi was going to be a piece of trash as a villain, it was like mind blowing before I found out about his actual career as a comedian. I love Khalees, Maya, and everybody else that's a part of this cast. This ensemble was crazy. The think about it, Tracy Morgan with Pat Morita, two of the craziest comedians that ever exist, because Pat Morita was a huge comedian since like the late 60s, early 70s, working with Red Fox, and then he pivoted just from being a comedian to doing drama and doing acting, and then he became Mr. Miyagi, and that was like the highlight of his career. But it's crazy because he also did like Happy Days. So Pat Morita has a crazy range as an actor. So to see a comedian do what other comedians are doing now, back in the day, it's something to behold. Because Pat Morita, like I said, is a comedian that went into acting, and he killed it. I mean, voiceovers, drama, comedy. Pat Morita was just out there doing his thing. And then let's talk about Tracy Morgan. Tracy, I love him. He's the comic relief and the sidekick to the quote unquote bully of the film. That bully, the leader of the Black Oxen, Zhang Yang, voiced by the one and only Little John. Yeah, Little John killed it. You can't tell me he wasn't meant to be a great voice actor. That's all I got to say about him being the dopest part of this film, outside of Method Man and Pat Morita being the villain. Which was like a fitting character for him just to be able to flex his comedic skills. Big Boy and Andre 3000 having Outcast play two of the characters, one the main, one the supporting, was wild, and I loved it. Also, Method Man, he's a freaking nerd just like the rest of us, and I love it. And you can hear it in his performance. Because if you really are a Wu-Tang Clan fan, and or you're starting to learn more about the Wu-Tang Clan, you know that the Wu-Tang Clan are literally a group of nerds that can rap. That's all they are. I mean, Jizza from the Wu-Tang Clan is an astrophysicist. Everybody else there, they love science, they love Marvel, and then they love Kung Fu films. So it's like the nerdiest thing ever if you really think about it. So a nerd of that caliber, aka Method Man, being the main villain, Mr. Ma, in this film, pure genius. I really feel like we need another film like this, something different. We just got to get a foreign film that hasn't been dubbed yet, And if you do it today, it'd be a wild selection of people you could choose from. Like Kendrick Lamar, like Chance the Rapper, J. Cole. You can go down the list. I mean, if you like the mumble rappers and all that, like you've thrown like a Kodak Black or, Boosie is in there. Get him to be on the dub. You get the singers from the day, get Beyonce on a dub like this. That would be wild. Get Beyonce. If you want to make it a little diverse, like how they did in Volcano High, throw like a effing wild card in there, like get like Adele or Sabrina Carpenter as like a minor voice, which would be, listen to me, that'd be crazy. Sabrina Carpenter in a hip hop dub martial arts film. Just that alone. But yeah, I just really feel like this film is not talked about enough. Now, this right here, this is gold right here. In my opinion, the reason why, I know it's not an Oscar-winning film by any means at all, but this film basically was a milestone in cinema, in my opinion, for trying something completely different, mixing martial arts films with the hip hop culture and sprinkles of comedy all in one project. And so I got this one, February 1st, factory sealed. So this is why I had to talk about this. This film is just very underrated. We have, if we can have films like Dolomite, which is like a funny action comedy, basically. It was intended to be really serious, but it came out funny. You can watch the movie My Name is Dolomite by Eddie Murphy that explains it. It means I need a Blu-ray release. I need a 4K scale. This is just one of the best films that ever came out as a TV movie for pure entertainment purposes. But if you want to watch Outkast, Wu-Tang Clan, Snoop Dogg, Mr. Miyagi, Tracy Morgan, Khalees, and Maya fighting good and evil on different sides, you got to find a copy of it online, or there's different websites you can watch it on. So I highly implore you to check it out. This is why I love Volcano High. It was different. I really feel like if it was redone, oh man, it would be interesting if it was done live action. Now, if we had a remake of this film, and then that film got a new hip hop dub, get some of the biggest artists from today, get some of the best like underground artists. I would throw in a couple other wild cards like Tech Nine, throw him in there, Royce da 5'9", Eminem, Token, just rappers off the top of my head. Token's fire, by the way. Get Logic up in there, Doechii, everybody from TDE. You just got like a whole plethora of like good quality artists that would kill it, in my opinion. Again, guys, this is another episode of Citizen Cinema. This is Mike Fallon closing out Black History Month with saying, you got to see this movie any way you can. And if anybody from the cast has seen this, just know I've been down with y'all since 2003. All right? Peace.